Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. We are continuing today with Fall Classic Baseball, my 1970 Chicago Cubs replay. We are up to April 24th, 1970, and the record of the Chicago Cubs in my replay is 8-3, so this would make it Game 12. And the Cubs, eager to cleanse the palate from the last game that they hosted in the Cardinals series, are beginning a new series today with the Houston Astros. The Astros in 1970 were managed by Harry the Hat Walker to a 79-83 finish. And of course, Joe Morgan was still a part of the Astros in 1970, so I bet that clubhouse was a whole lot of fun with him and Harry. But importantly for the Astros, you can see the beginnings of improvement in 1970 that started, I guess you'd say, in 69. A lot of names that you'll recognize on this ball club. So the Cubs are at Wrigley Field hosting the Astros. The opposing pitchers in today's game will be right-hander Tom Griffin for the Houston Astros. He was eventually 3-13 in 20 starts on the 1970 season, and he will be opposed by Ken Holtzman, the left-hander for the Cubs. All right. So, thanks for joining me. With no further ado, let's get to today's starting lineups and roll some Fall Classic Baseball. Visiting Houston Astros, it'll go like this today. Joe Morgan leading off at second base. Jesus Alou batting second at right field. Jim Wynn batting third in center field, one of my all-time favorites. Jim Beecham batting fourth, he'll play left field. Dennis Menke will bat fifth. He'll play shortstop. Bob Watson will bat sixth and play first base. Doug Rader will bat seventh and play third base. Marty Martinez will catch against the left-hander today and bat number 8. Tom Griffin will do the pitching and bat ninth. And there is his log for the 1970 season. 23 games, 20 starts, 2 complete games, 111 innings pitched. All right, for the Cubs, the lineup you've seen before, this is the same as Leo's starting lineup. By the way, the Astros starting lineup is as played today as well. This is Leo's actual lineup. Don Kessinger leading off at short, Glenn Beckert batting second at second base, Billy Williams batting third in left field, Ron Santo batting fourth, he'll play third base, Johnny Callison will bat fifth, he'll play right field, Ernie Banks will bat sixth at first base, Jim Hickman will bat seventh and play center field, and J.C. Martin will do the catching today and bat eighth. On the mound, it's Ken Holtzman. 39 games for Ken in 1970 with 38 of them starts. 15 complete games, 288 innings pitched, a 17-11 record. In the replay, right now, he is 1-0. It's Joe Morgan for the Houston Astros, and got to get my dice ready to go here. Got my D20. Got the 2 dice here. And we are going to go with the black die first and the white die second as we read them. The black die will be the tens digit and the white die will be the ones digit. All right. So we're ready to go. Ken Holtzman winds and delivers to Joe Morgan. And Joe will hit this one to center field. Jim Hickman is under it and puts it away for out number 1. We are underway from beautiful Wrigley Field. Jesus Alou at the plate. The Astros starting right fielder today. Holtzman winds and delivers to Jesus. Jesus swings and hits a line drive at Ernie Banks. And there's 2 gone in the first. Ernie makes the play. Ernie was pretty stationary by 1970, but he made that play. Jim Wynn at the plate. Holtzman winds and deals. And Jimmy swings and lofts one to left. Billy Williams toward the line is going to make the catch for out number 3, and that will retire the Astros in 1-2-3 fashion in the first inning. And if I can get my fine motor skills to work properly, this whole experience is going to go a lot more smoothly. All right, Tom Griffin. Rough season on 1970. We'll see if the Cubs can take advantage. It's Kessinger, Beckert, and Williams in the bottom of the first for Leo DeRocher's men. The pitch is, and we didn't do our stuff check. We'll do Griffin first. He's a 4. That makes him an A. We got to do Kenny Holtzman. He's a 14. That makes him a B. All right. So now we got a 65 for Griffin. And that's jolted to left. Now we subtract 11 from that based on Kessinger's card here. So that's going to be hit in the air to Jim Beecham. He's got plenty of room to put that away for out number 1 in the first. Beckert up. Griffin winds and deals. And that's going to be a base hit for the Cubs second baseman. He's been hot lately. Billy Williams comes up with 1 out and 1 on. Griffin the stretch and the delivery. And we have a 1-4 single. No, we don't. We have an out. Sorry, forgot he's an A. That's hit in the air to center. Jimmy Wynn, all by his lonesome, is going to make the catch for out number 2. And now it's Santo. Ron Santo against Tom Griffin. The delivery is hit to left. That's going to be deep. Is it going to be enough? Back goes Beecham, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So 1 more biscuit for breakfast. And Ron Santo goes deep, but not today, or at least not right then. We've played 1, and we have no score at Wrigley Field. Interesting start to the ball game, however. Mr. Holtzman comes back out for inning number 2. And he will face Beecham, Menke, and Watson, a trio of right-handers. The delivery to Beecham is hit in the air to left. Billy Williams is going to get 1 more opportunity to make a catch, and sure enough, he does for out number 1. Here's Dennis Menke, who would, of course, go to the Reds. Now, when did he do that? Oh, I bet he went to the Reds in the Joe Morgan trade. Okay. Holtzman winds and delivers to Dennis. Hit in the air to right. A lot of fly balls today. Wind must be blowing out. That's Johnny Callison under it, and there's 2 gone in the Astros second. Here comes Bob Watson, the scorer of baseball's millionth run, coming to the plate. That was a big deal in 76. I don't know why. Holtzman gets Watson to hit it on the ground to Don Kessinger. He's up with it and throws to Ernie Banks, and that will retire the Astros in inning number 2. It's 6 up, 6 down for Ken Holtzman. We go to the bottom of the second with no score. Johnny Callison ready to lead it off against Tom Griffin. Then it'll be Banks and Hickman. So lefty, righty against the dealings of the Astros right-hander. He winds and deals to Callison, and hey, struck him out. First strikeout for Griffin. First strikeout in the ballgame. One gone in the bottom of the second. Now it's Banks. Griffin kicks and deals. That is a pop-up. Wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth. Under it is Dennis Menke on the infield dirt, and he puts it away for out number 2. As Leo DeRocher shakes his head in the Cubs dugout, not a fan of Mr. Cub. Mr. Leo was not a fan of Mr. Cub. Griffin winds and deals to Jim Hickman. And that's a base hit banged by the Cubs center fielder on his way to a career year. 2 outs, Hickman on first. And it's going to be J.C. Martin, a late spring training acquisition from the Mets by the Cubs. Very surprising deal on both ends. Griffin sets, checks Hickman, and delivers to Martin. That could be no. Not a strikeout. He gets a piece of it and hits it to center. Jimmy Wynn under it in a few steps and makes the catch for out number 3. So, we've played 2, and both teams have what the little boy shot at. Nothing. Top of the third coming. It'll be the bottom third of the Astros order. Rader, Martinez, and Tom Griffin. Holtzman, ready to work to the Rooster, the Astros third baseman. The pitch from Kenny is a 53. So first we got to see if Holtzman strikes out the Rooster. 1-3. No, he does not. So we got to do the check. It's hit to center. Maybe a single. Hickman charging hard. His range is a 4 in center field. And he's not going to get there. It's going to drop for a base hit. The first hit of the game for the Houston Astros. Here comes Marty Martinez, who somehow found his way onto every other Topps baseball card that I've ever had from 1969. I can guarantee you, if I'm flipping through 1969 baseball cards from Topps, Marty Martinez is going to find his way into, his smiling mug will find his way into the stack every single time. Now, Martinez comes to the plate against Ken Holtzman. Griffin on deck. The pitch is ball 4. So there's 2 Astros on now, and Tom Griffin saunters to the plate. And everybody and their grandma knows what he is about to attempt. Holtzman the stretch, the delivery. Griffin squares to bunt, and he pops it up. It's going to be grabbed by Ron Santo and the base runners are going to have to scramble back, and they do. So it's a pop 5. Griffin does not advance the runners. And that's not going to make Harry the Hat Walker happy in the dugout. Now it's Morgan. Another reason for Harry to not be happy. Holtzman the stretch and the delivery to Joe. Hey, struck him out. There's Ken's first strikeout of the day with 2 gone in the third. It'll be Jesus Salou. Jesus 0 for 1. Holtzman's delivery to him is hit on the ground to Ron Santo. He gloves it to his left and fires to Banks, and that's going to retire Houston in the third. So they get a pair of base runners with nobody out and don't deliver. Excuse me. Bottom of the third coming with no score. Holtzman, Kessinger, and Beckert coming for the Cubs against Tom Griffin. Holtzman, not a bad hitter, of course. We know from World Series play that is the case. And Griffin winds and deals. That's a chart 54. Where are you? All right. So now we got to roll the D20. And that's a 7. So we go to the Wilder chart. The Wilder chart tells us strike 3, catcher drops the ball, throws the runner out at first, unless the batter's run rating is fast. Well, Ken Holtzman's not fast, so that's going to be out number 1 in the bottom of the third. Here's Kessinger. He's 0 for 1. Griffin winds and deals. 33 is going to be a base hit for Kessinger to right field. 1 out, 1 on for the Cubs, and here's Beckert. Leo's been doing a lot of hit and run lately with Beckert and Kessinger. Need to check Marty Martinez's throwing arm behind the plate before we get too adventurous. Marty was an average arm behind the plate in 1970. So, yeah, why not? We'll get a little bit adventurous here in Leo DeRocher terms. 1970 Leo DeRocher aggression. Griffin the stretch checks Kessinger. The delivery to Beckert, and there goes Don. And the hit and run is on. We add the 2 dice. It's grounded to Bob Watson. He's going to take it to first himself, and that will retire Beckert as Kessinger advances to second. With 2 outs, it's Billy Williams. On deck is Santo. Cubs have a chance. Man in scoring position with 2 outs. They need a clutch hit. Griffin the stretch and the delivery to Billy. Could be a strikeout. It is not a strikeout. It is instead a ground ball to Joe Morgan. He's up with it and throws to Bob Watson to retire the Cubs in the third. So we've played 3. We got a good one going at Wrigley. We got no score. And in the Houston fourth, it'll be the meat of the Astros order coming. Wynn, Beecham, and Menke. All right, Jimmy Wynn, 0 for 1. The delivery to him is going to be a base hit. Leadoff single for the Astros in the fourth. Now Beecham coming. Jimmy could run a little bit. See if they decide to do something there. Beecham is a C hit and run. J.C. Martin's throwing arm is average. Holtzman is an A with arm strength for his hold rating. Lots to consider here. He is a left-hander, of course. All right, so Beecham comes to the plate. Holtzman, the delivery. Wynn is trying for the jump. 1-3, he does not get the jump, and he does not get the jump. All right, so Beecham. The delivery from Holtzman, that's going to be a base hit. It's going to go to left field. Wynn will stop at second with nobody out, and there's 2 Astros aboard for Dennis Menke, batting 5th in today's lineup. Cubs could really use a double play ball here. We're in the top of the 4th, no score. And Menke hit pretty well in 70, so we're not going to get too cute. Holtzman the stretch and the delivery. Uh-oh, hit to left and deep. Driving Billy Williams back. It's going to be off the wall. Scoring is Wynn from second base. Beecham is going to challenge Billy Williams' arm. Williams hits Kessinger. Kessinger home to Martin. Beecham sliding is safe. A 2-run double for Dennis Menke, and it's 2-0 Astros. Yikes. All right. Nobody out in the fourth. It could get worse from here. Bob Watson is up. 0 for 1. Pitch to Bob. Hit in the air to left. Billy Williams is there for out number 1. Doug Rader, the Rooster. Before Rick Burleson, Rader was the Rooster. Rader 1 for 1. Holtzman the stretch. Checks Menke at second. The delivery. Hey, struck him out for strikeout number 2 on the day for the Cubs lefty. And now it'll be the aforementioned Mr. Topps Baseball in 1969, Marty Martinez. So, he walked in the third. Now, with first base open, it's tempting. It's tempting, mind you, to go after a Tom Griffin at the plate who hit only .061 on the 1970 season. But the difficulty with that strategy is it gets you to Joe Morgan quicker at the top of the order. So, Leo DeRocher is going to thank his lucky stars that Marty Martinez is in today's lineup and pitch to the backup catcher for the 1970 Houston Astros. Holtzman the stretch and the delivery, and wouldn't you know it, there's a base hit for Marty Martinez. I talk smack, and that's what I get. It's on the infield. Holding at third is Menke, and so they might get away with it. With 2 outs, Griffin comes up with his .061 cargo. Holtzman the stretch and the delivery to Griffin, and hey, struck him out to end the inning, but the damage is done. The Astros get a pair of runs on 4 hits and leave 2. Harry Walker doubtless wanted more out of that inning. Bottom of the fourth coming, it's 2-0 Astros. Santo, Callison, and Banks coming up for the Cubs in inning number 4. Against the Astros right-hander. Tom Griffin winds and deals. Ground ball hit to the Rooster, Doug Rader. He gloves it and throws to Bob Watson for out number 1. Now it's Callison. Callison's had a good start to the season. He became, of course, the regulation villain in the 1970 Cubs season, but one of my favorite players, Griffin. Ground ball, Joe Morgan to his left, gloves it. Throws to Bob Watson for out number 2. Now it's Banks who popped up to Leo DeRocher's displeasure in the second inning. The pitch from Griffin is to left and deep. Back goes Beecham, and it's gone onto the catwalk. Ernie Banks with another homer, his 4th of the season, and that cuts the Astros lead in half. It's 2-1 Houston in the bottom of the 4th. Hickman up now, 1 for 1. The pitch to Jim. Hit to center. This is going to drive Jimmy Wynn back. But he's got room and will make the catch in front of the warning track. After 4 complete, Your score, Astros 2, Cubs 1. It is April 24th, 1970. And, of course, we are basking in the glorious sunshine at Wrigley Field. No lights yet at Wrigley. Not for another, let me think, 18 seasons. Morgan up 0 for 2. Holtzman winds and delivers. We'll see if he strikes out Joe. He does not. So this is a 51. Chance for an error by Kenny Holtzman. And he makes the play to Ernie Banks for out number 1. 1 gone in the 5th. Jesus Alou is 0 for 2. That rhymes. Holtzman the wind and the delivery to Jesus, who's going to be 0 for 3 because Johnny Callison is going to take this one in his tracks for out number 2. Jim Wynn coming 1 for 2. He has scored a run. Holtzman winds and deals. This one is jolted to left. Back goes Ernie Banks. Is it out of here? It is gone. Jim Wynn gets the run back. Another one of my favorites. 3-1 Astros. Holtzman, hands on hips on the pitcher's mound, shaking his head as Wynn makes his circuitous path around the bases. Beecham up now, 1 for 2. Holtzman winds and deals to Beecham. Is this going to be... Hey, struck him out. Holtzman ticked off after the Wynn homer. We are halfway through this one with your score. Astros 3, Cubs 1 at Wrigley. Bottom of the Cubs lineup coming up in the bottom of the 5th. J.C. Martin, Ken Holtzman, and the top with Don Kessinger coming against Griffin. If you're thinking about fatigue, and why wouldn't you be, 27 batters for Griffin, so he's okay right now. He has faced 16. All right, the pitch to JC from Tom Griffin. Line drive right at Watson. 1 gone in the Cub 5th. Holtzman coming up. Griffin winds and deals. Look at Holtzman. He jolts this one. And it's going to be an extra base hit. Down the left field line. Beecham's got to go dig it out of there. Holtzman around first, heading to second. He's got a 1-out double. Well, isn't that interesting? So now Griffin's got a little bit of work to do to get out of this mess. Kessinger is 1 for 2. Beckert is on deck. Griffin's delivery is jolted by Kessinger. Gonna be extra bases to right, center, and deep. Off the wall, and around second goes Kessinger. Holtzman scores. And Menke's relay to third base is not in time to get Kessinger. A 1-out triple, and it's 3-2 Astros. The Cubs keep coming. The Cubs just keep coming. Beckert up now with the tying run 90 feet away and 1 out. Billy Williams on deck. Griffin is going to go from the windup, as was the custom. The delivery is going to be jolted by Beckert. His hot hitting continues. That's a base hit. It scores Kessinger, and we are all tied at 3. The Cubs complete the comeback. We are knotted up. Harry Walker is up off of his seat on the Astros bench. Billy Williams at the plate. 0 for 2 today for Billy. The pitch from Griffin. Could be a walk. Is not a walk. Comebacker. Gloved by Griffin. He turns and fires to Menke at second base for 1. Menke's relay to Watson is not in time for the double play. Billy Williams beats the wrap, so Beckert is retired 1-6 on the fielder's choice. If you're scoring at home, and if you are, oh my goodness. Ron Santo 0 for 2. Griffin the stretch, and the delivery to the Cubs' third baseman. Line smash at Jimmy Wynn. He's on the run, and he gets there for out number 3. After 5, the Cubs pull even in the 5th. After 5, Astros 3, Cubs 3. And going to be Menke, Watson, and Rader in the Astros 6th. It's tempting, mind you, to get the Cubs bullpen going here, but I'm not going to do that quite yet, I don't think. All right, so there we are. Holtzman's fatigue is 34. He has pitched to 22 batters. Menke is 1 for 2. The delivery from Holtzman is a base hit. It's a base hit to center field for Menke, his second of the game. Not really a threat to steal. Here comes Watson. 0 for 2 for Bob. Holtzman the stretch and the delivery to Watson. Hey, struck him out. Number 5 on a changeup. 1 gone in the Astros 6. Here's the rooster, Doug Rader. 1 for 2. The delivery. Base hit for Rader. This goes to center field. Around second is Dennis Menke. He will go to third, and there's going to be Astros at the corners as the throw comes in from Hickman. Yeah. All right. So Leo is going to start frantically gesturing down to the bullpen. And it's going to be Joe Decker getting to start throwing. And Mr. 1969 Tops is coming to the plate. Marty Martinez. Cub infield is going to play at double play depth. Holtzman the stretch and the delivery to Marty Martinez. We have a ballpark effect. Ballpark check. And there's Wrigley Field. Martinez is a right-handed batter. And it's a base hit to right field. That's a big hit. It scores Menke. Around second goes Rader. And look at Marty Martinez heading for second base. Johnny Callison with the throw. He's up with it. He's going to throw to Kessinger at second. The tag on Martinez is in time. Callison guns him down 9-6. But before that happens, the go-ahead run scores from third base and Dennis Menke, and that's going to bring up Griffin with 2 outs. And the rooster at third base. So, Griffin is now at 22 batters faced. And Harry's going to let it ride and let him, he's going to let it ride and let him bat with 2 outs. Griffin's 0 for 2. The pitch from Holtzman is a 53. Might strike him out. He does not strike him out. So the 53 will check. A ground ball to Ron Santo. Santo's range rating is a 10. And Ronnie makes the play to Ernie Banks to retire the side and keep Rader from scoring from third. But the Astros get the go-ahead run in the 6th on 3 hits. They leave 1 thanks to the adventuresome base running of Marty Martinez. So we go to the bottom of the 6th with your score, Astros 4 and the Cubs 3. Not insurmountable, however, when Tom Griffin is on the mound doing the dealing. So we'll see what the Cubs can come up with here. It's Callis and Banks and Hickman coming in the bottom of the 6th. 4-3 Astros. Good game. All right, so Callison's 0 for 2. Griffin winds and deals to the Cubs right fielder. He hits it to right field, but not deep. Jesus Alou is there for out number 1. Ernie Banks homered in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. The pitch from Griffin is ball 4. Ernie's going to saunter down to first base. And it's Jim Hickman 1 for 2. One more batter before the bullpen starts for Houston. Griffin the stretch and the delivery to Hickman. Ground ball, Doug Rader at third. He goes to Morgan for 1. And the relay to Watson is not in time. Look at a hustling Jim Hickman beat the rap at first. So with 2 outs, he's safe, and it'll be J.C. Martin. Banks retired 5-4 on the fielder's choice. They had him by 14 steps. All right, so Martin is 0 for 2. On deck is Holtzman. If Martin reaches, he may not bat. All right, so Griffin, the stretch, and the delivery to JC. Hey, he struck him out. That's number 3. And it retires the side in the Cubs 6th. We go to the 7th with your score, Houston 4, Chicago 3. So Holtzman will make his way back out for another inning of work, at least. He will face the top of the Astros order, Morgan, Alou, and Wynn. They are a combined 2 for 9 in this game. Holtzman winds and deals. Morgan hits it to right field. That's Johnny Callison country. Toward the line, he's going to make the catch for out number 1. Jesus Alou with a very comfortable 0 for 3 working. Holtzman winds and deals to him. Ground ball, Ernie Banks. He gloves it. Holtzman better get over there to cover, and he does for out number 2. Holtzman now at 29 batters. Jimmy Wynn coming to the plate. He's 2 for 4 with the go-ahead home run. No, that's not true. Well, yeah, back then it was. It was an insurance run, or as they say in Central Illinois, insurance. In the 5th, Holtzman winds and deals. Ball 4, he walked him. That's not what Leo wants to see, and it's going to bring up Beecham with Wynn at first. They're going to try for the jump one more time. So, Ken Holtzman, his hold rating, they do not get the jump 1-3. He gets the jump. Beecham takes strike one. The throw from J.C. Martin down to Glenn Beckert is not in time, and Wynn steals second. That puts him in scoring position with 2 outs for Beecham. Beecham is behind in the count now, 0-1. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Holtzman's delivery to him. Hey, struck him out on the broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch him out, but no sign of Harry Carey. With your score, Houston 4, Chicago 3, Tom Griffin out, and the Astros are going to get the bullpen cooking just in case, or as the kids like to say, JIC. Now, who is starting in the bullpen, you're asking yourself, and it's a dandy question. It's going to be Jim Ray and former Met Jack DeLauro. And does the fact that I know Jack DeLauro is a former Met scare me a little bit? Yes, it does. All right, so it's lefty-righty double-barreled action just the way Harry the Hat Walker likes it. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and the Astros are nursing a 1-run lead. Holtzman is going to be hit for because Leo wants this game like no other. So we're going to get a pinch hitter for Ken Holtzman. And if you check out last game on my channel, and it's archived under Fall Classic Baseball, you will know why Leo wants this game like no other. Coming out of the Cub dugout to do the pinch hitting, it's going to be Paul Popovich, the Cub backup infielder and switch hitter and sometime outfielder. So Popovich will get into the left-handed batter's box against Tom Griffin, as Griffin faces his last batter before fatigue may become an issue for him. On deck is Kessinger and then Beckert for the Cubs. Griffin winds and deals to Popovich. And do we have a strikeout? No, we don't. We just missed a strikeout. Popovich swings and grounds one on to Dennis Menke. He gloves it and throws, and that retires Popovich in inning number 7 for out number 1. Now it's Kessinger who's working on a 2 for 3 day. Griffin winds and deals to him. Hit in the air to center. Jimmy Wynn coming in a few steps, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. And now it's Beckert. Glenn is 2 for 3 with a ribby on the day. On deck is sweet swinging Billy Williams. Griffin winds and deals to the Cubs second baseman. Popped him up. That wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth. Under it is Dennis Menke on the infield dirt, and that will retire the Cubs in the bottom of the 7th. So Griffin still motoring. Top of the 8th coming, and we're going to get a new Cubs pitcher taking over and batting in the number 9 spot. Will be future Minnesota Twin Joe Decker. And Decker was a right-hander. In 24 games, he had 17 starts in 1970. And had a record of 2-7. Dennis Menke, Bob Watson, and Doug Rader will be your right-handed batters for Harry the Hat Walker in the top of the 8th. Decker can face 23 batters in relief before fatigue becomes an issue for him. All righty. Decker winds and deals to Menke. Ground ball, Ron Santo to his right, on top of the bag, plants and throws to Banks for out number 1. Here comes Watson. Bob is 0 for 3. Decker winds and deals to him. Oh, we got to see what Decker's stuff is like, don't we? Keep forgetting to do that. He's got B stuff today. And it's grounded to Glenn Beckert. He's up with it and throws to Banks for out number 2. And now Doug Rader. Doug Rader is 2 for 3. 2 outs, nobody aboard for Houston in the top of the 8th. The pitch to Rader. Ground ball, Beckert, one more time. Throws to Banks, and that will retire the Astros in inning number 8. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Tom Griffin on fumes. With your score, Houston 4, Chicago 3. The good news for Cub fans, the meat of the order is coming up for the Cubbies, the North Siders, in inning number 8. It's Williams, Santo, and Callison. And it's still Ray and DeLauro up now again and working in the Astros bullpen. Billy Williams, 0 for 3. Griffin winds and deals to the Cubs left fielder. Ground ball, Joe Morgan to his right. Cuts it off from going up the middle. Plants and throws to Watson for out number 1. Ron Santo up now. 0 for 3 for Ron. The delivery to him. Hit in the air to Jimmy Wynn in left center, who makes a nice running catch. 2 gone in the 8th, and now Callison. Cubs looking a little flat today. Griffin has held them to 7 hits, but they've been scattered. Griffin has walked 1 and struck out 3 on the day. He's allowed 3 runs. They're all earned. He's 4 outs away from a victory. Callison 0 for 3. The delivery to him is a base hit. Banged up the middle by Callison. Jimmy Wynn collects it and throws it back in. Banks coming up. Callison at first. Ernie's 1 for 2. Here comes Harry the Hat Walker, and he's bringing the hook with him. It's going to be the end of the road for Tom Griffin. With 2 outs, Jim Ray is getting the nod. Jim Ray, of course, who did the Marty Martinez bit, but with my 1972 Topps cards. Constantly in the 72 pile. Jim Ray, 52 games, 2 starts on his ledger in 1970. He had 105 innings. A 6-3 record with 5 saves for Jim Ray. And he is a right-hander. I believe Jim is still with us. That may not be the case. And taking off his jacket in the Astros bullpen, much to the delight of Cub fans everywhere, is Astros short man, Fred Gladding. So now it's Gladding and DeLauro throwing in the Astros pen. Jim Ray's problems are more immediate, however. He's got Ernie Banks up with Johnny Callison at first base. Ray, let's see what kind of stuff he's got. He's got B stuff. And he's going to deal to Mr. Cub. The stretch and the delivery to Ernie Banks is going to be a base hit for Banks. Bang to right field. Callison is going to go to third, as there are now Cubs at the corners, and Harry the Hat Walker is motioning to Fred Gladding to hurry up with those warm-up tosses. Fred Gladding is cleaning his glasses, however, and does not see Harry make that gesture. Oh, now Harry's making additional gestures toward the Astros bullpen. It's getting personal. All right. We got Leo DeRocher. We got Harry the Hat Walker. We got gestures going back and forth. All right, Jim Hickman coming up. Cubs at the corners. And we're going to see a pinch runner for Ernie Banks. Going to be Cleo James running for Banks at first base. And Hickman facing Ray. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Jim Ray, the stretch, and the delivery to Hickman. Hey, struck him out. Are you kidding me? The broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas. Jim Ray disposes of Jim Hickman. And we got some changes coming now. The Cubs are going to have Cleo James go play center field in the top of the 9th. Hickman's going to move to first base to take over at that location for Ernie Banks. Joe Decker is out for inning number 2. We have Mr. 1969 Tops coming to bat, Marty Martinez. And a pinch hitter moving into the on-deck circle for the Astros. And that's going to be Big John Mayberry, a left-handed slugger. Joe Decker dealing to Marty Martinez, who has torn up the Cubs today from the 8th spot in the order. He's 2 for 2 with a walk and a ribby. The delivery to him is a 53. Does Decker get him? No, he doesn't. So let's see what happens here. It's grounded up the middle. Can Kessinger cut it off? He is in 11 range. It gets by him into center field, and Marty Martinez has his 3rd hit of the day, something he has not accomplished since his T-ball days, and Joe Decker has a mess. Now the Cubs bullpen frantically gets going because Leo was caught with his cubby hanging out. It's going to be a Gary and Regan because, again, Leo wants this game. It's lefty-righty double-barreled action in the Cubs bullpen, just the way Leo likes it. And so Mayberry is going to bat now for Jim Ray. Jack DeLauro has taken a seat in the Astros bullpen, and it's all Fred Gladding and his now sparkling clean glasses. All right, so nobody out. Marty Martinez at first base, smiling just like he does on his 1969 Topps baseball card, and John Mayberry at the plate. Decker, the stretch, and the delivery to Big John is Hit to center, but not deep. Cleo James is there. 4 out, number 1. Leo breathes a little easier, and now strolling to the plate will be Joe Morgan. Marty Martinez still at first base. The pitch from Decker to Morgan is a base hit for Morgan. Center field, stopping at second, not wanting to challenge the rifle-like arm of Cleo James, is the smiling countenance of Marty Martinez. So 2 on now with 1 out for Jesus Alou. Leo's had enough of this, and he is going to the mound and already is gesturing in a way not appropriate for the kiddies to see, for Phil Regan to come from the bullpen to take over the mound duties for the Cubs. Regan was part of yesterday's debacle, but Leo's going back to him. Jesus Alou has experienced a very comfortable 0 for 4. Marty Martinez is at second base. Joe Morgan at first. There's 1 man out. Regan is on. And let's see what kind of stuff Phil has. He has A stuff, which may not mean anything. The Vulture. Jesus Alou at the plate. Regan looking for a double play grounder. The pitch to Jesus could be a base hit. It's not a base hit. It's knocked down by Jim Hickman. He fires to Kessinger for 1. Kessinger's relay back to Phil Regan covering first is not in time. Marty Martinez and his smiling countenance get their way to third base. Jesus Alou reaches for the first time, and Morgan is retired 3-6 on the fielder's choice. There are now 2 outs, and Astros at the corners in the top of the 9th for Jimmy Wynn. Oh, my goodness. Well, Leo has just broken out the vaping materials in the Cubs dugout. Wynn is 2 for 3 with a walk, a stolen base, a home run, 2 runs scored, and a ribby. He's also going to drive the Astros back to the hotel after the game. The pitch. Are they going to get out of it? Ground ball Hickman. He's going to flip to Regan covering, and that will retire the side. Leo is coughing in the dugout from the vaping, but the Cubs hold the Astros where they're at in the top of the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th with your score. Astros 4, Cubs 3. Fred Gladding is coming out to do the closing for Harry the Hat Walker. Gladding in 1970 was not at his best. He was 7-4 with 18 saves, 63 games, 71 innings pitched, 46 strikeouts. Fred was not throwing hard in 1970, you could say. All right, Fred is going to bat in the number 9 spot. And we'll see what kind of stuff Fred's dealing today. Ooh, Fred's an A pitcher today. The Astros may be making a defensive change because Jim Beecham isn't exactly flashing the leather. What he is flashing, nobody really wants to see. In the Cubs stands, it's going to be Keith Lampard taking over in left field for Beecham as a defensive switch by Harry the Hat Walker. So Beecham is gone. Keith Lampard is on. There is no action in the Astros bullpen. It's going to be all on Fred Gladding. Now, there's no sign of J.C. Martin coming out of the Cubs dugout, but there is some activity near the bat rack. It's going to be Joe Pepitone coming out to bat for J.C. And moving to the on-deck circle is Cub pinch hitter extraordinaire Willie Smith. Who will bat for Regan. So it's going to be Pepitone, then Smith, then Kessinger. The 8-9-1 spots in the order against Fred Gladding in the bottom of the ninth. Cubs need a run to force extra innings. It's 4-3 Astros. 2 to walk this thing off. Pepitone up. Gladding winds and delivers to Joe, and he bangs a base hit. This is going to get in the gap. Oh, and it's cut off by Lampard in left center field. He guns it back in. Pepitone holds with a single, and now it's going to be Willie Smith. Now the fascinating question is, are the Cubs going to go for the tie or the win against the erstwhile Fred Gladding and his cleanly spectacles? All right, so Leo is flashing all sorts of signs. And some of them are even G-rated. Oh, boy. And Pepitone can't steal a base to save his life, although he is quick on the bases. Gladding the stretch. The delivery to Willie Smith. He's not bunting, and oh my goodness, I made the wrong call. Ground ball to Bob Watson. He's going to take it to the bag himself, and the runner moves up, so it's just as good as a bunt. Pepitone at second now. It's Kessinger coming to the plate. He's 2 for 4. Can Gladding spit the bit on this attempted save? That's the question. 1 out. Pepitone at second. Bottom of the ninth. Cubs trail 4-3. Gladding the stretch, and the delivery to Kessinger is jolted to right. Is it going to get out of here? No, it's not. Jesus Alou is under it. Let's see if Pepitone is tagging. Oh, wait, no, he's not. He's not tagging. What am I thinking? There's 2 outs in the ninth. He's not getting thrown out going to third base. So it's Beckert. Last chance saloon for the Cubs. Fred Gladding takes a moment to polish his glasses one more time. Beckert 2 for 4 with a ribby. On deck is Billy Williams. Pepitone is the tying run at second base. Gladding the stretch, looks at Pepe, the pitch home to Beckert. And we're going to have a defense check unless we have a strikeout. No, we don't have a strikeout. We're going to have a defense check. It's a 51, and it's an exotic error chart. So it's going to Bob Watson. So, with the runner on third, No, runner on second. Real bad throw to first base by the first baseman pitcher covering. The runner scores. So Watson overthrows Gladding. It goes into foul territory. Pepitone's going to score from second. Beckert going to third. Jesus Alou makes the throw, but it's not in time. Holy Toledo, let's reconstruct this play. Beckert hit the ball to Watson. To his right, he gloved it, but he overthrew Gladding, and Pepitone scores all the way from second. Beckert gets all the way around to third base after all the frivolity. They're going to give a three-base first base error on Watson, and we are tied at 4. Harry the Hat Walker doesn't have enough middle fingers for this event. So, Beckert is 90 feet away, and here comes Billy Williams. There is no activity in the Astros bullpen, so it's all on Gladding. The winning run is 90 feet away. The Cubs went from defeat to the possibility of victory here in the bottom of the ninth. The dilemma for Harry is, does he walk Billy Williams to go after Santo? And he's going to do just that. So Billy Williams gets an intentional pass. Here comes Santo. Santo is 0 for 4, but he's right-handed and facing Gladding. He has a chance to win the game for the Cubs. The score is 4-4. Throwing in the Cubs bullpen is Ted Abernathy. Also throwing in the Cubs bullpen is Hank Aguirre. It's Ab and Ag, as Jack Brickhouse used to say, over and over and over again. All right, so now it's Santo. Santo against Fred Gladding. The delivery to Ronnie. He swings and hits it on the ground to Rader. Rader's going to go the short way to Morgan at second, and that will retire the Cubs in the ninth. We are going to have an extra inning ball game today. The Cubs get 1 run in the ninth on 1 hit. They leave 2. We go to the 10th with your score tied at 4-4. In the top of the 10th inning, Ted Abernathy, the old submariner, is going to take over for the Cubs on the mound. Regan was pinch hit for in the bottom of the 9th by Willie Smith. So, we'll see what kind of stuff Ted's dealing today. He has A stuff. Hank Aguirre continues to throw in the Cubs bullpen. He is a left-hander. Coming up first for the Astros is the man who came on for Jim Beecham in the bottom of the 9th to play left field, and that's Keith Lampard. He was a left-handed batter and hit .236 on the 1970 season. Dennis Menke is on deck. He'll be followed by Bob Watson. The pitch to Lampard. Hey, struck him out. Couldn't handle the submarine dealings of Ted Abernathy, and now it'll be Dennis Menke. 2 for 4, double, 2 ribbies, a run scored. Good day for Dennis. We're in the 10th, tied 4-4. The pitch is ball 4. Abernathy walks Menke, and now Bob Watson. That's going to get the Cub bullpen scurrying. Joining Hank Aguirre in the bullpen will be Jim Colborn, the right-hander. Watson is 0 for 4. Abernathy, the stretch and the delivery. Watson swings and lines it at Billy Williams, coming on and makes the catch for out number 2. Here's Doug Rader with Menke still at first. Abernathy sets and deals. Ground ball, Santo. He's going to go the short way to Beckert, his roommate, and that will retire the side in the 10th. So, we go to the bottom of the 10th. Chance for the Cubs to walk it off. Couple of changes coming now. Gladding is done. He will be replaced by left-hander Jack DeLauro, who has been warming up for about 3 hours now for Houston. DeLauro will face Callison, Cleo James, who pinch ran for Ernie Banks in the 8th inning, and Jim Hickman. So lefty, righty, righty. In the Astros bullpen is the combination of Jack Billingham and Ron Cook. Lefty, righty, double-barreled action, just the way Harry the Hat Walker likes it. And let's see what kind of stuff DeLauro has today. He has C stuff. Ooh. All right. So we're ready to go in the bottom of the 10th. Cubs trying to walk it off. Callison is 1 for 4. On deck is Cleo James. The pitch from DeLauro is a 53. He does not strike out. It's grounded towards Joe Morgan. Morgan is a 7. Does he cut it off from going into right field? Yes, he does. He's up with it, but now does he make a throwing error? His error rating is a 6, and he makes the play. 1 gone in the Cubs' 10th. Morgan gets there, gloves it, and makes a good throw to Bob Watson for out number 1. Now it's Cleo James against DeLauro. And believe me, if there was anybody else on the bench, no, there's not. I did not announce, and yet it is the case, that Randy Hundley became the new catcher for the Cubs in the top of the 10th. He will bat after Hickman if we get to that spot. All right, so Cleo James is up against the left-hander. The delivery to Cleo is grounded to Joe Morgan. He gloves it and throws to Watson for out number 2. Here's Jim Hickman against Jack DeLauro. DeLauro winds and deals. Ground ball, Joe Morgan. He's going to tie a record held by many. He makes the throw to Watson, and that retires the Cubs in inning number 10. We're going to the 11th with your score. After a perfect Jack DeLauro 10th inning, Houston 4, Chicago 4. Abernathy is done. You can put a fork in him. And it's going to be the musical stylings of Hank Aguirre to pitch for the Cubs in the 11th. Colborn still throwing in the Cub bullpen. Gary will bat in the 9 spot. He will face the smiling countenance of Marty Martinez, Mr. Topps Baseball 1969. And then a pinch hitter for Jack DeLauro. And then the top of the order with Joe Morgan. We're in the 11th. It's 4-4. Marty Martinez has a chance for a 4-hit day. Lightning is about to strike the baseball field on the north side of Chicago. All right. Here we go. Hank Gary winds and deals. It's a ballpark check. And it's a foul ball. Next delivery, let's see who's in the on-deck circle, since there has to be someone there. Tommy Davis, the old Dodger left fielder, is in the on-deck circle to hit for DeLauro. The pitch to Marty Martinez is a 53. We didn't see what kind of stuff a Gary has, so let's figure that out now. He has B stuff. Now let's figure out if he strikes out Marty Martinez. He does not. All right, so 53. Hit down the third base line. Does Santo knock it down? If he doesn't, it's going to be a 4-hit day for the smiling countenance of Marty Martinez. It's by Santo down into the left field corner. Marty Martinez is around first base, heading to second and grinning the whole way. A 4-hit day for Marty Martinez. You cannot stop Marty Martinez. You can only hope to contain him. All right, so now it's Tommy Davis. Bad knees and all, pinch hitting for Jack DeLauro here in the 11th. Oh, boy. Well, they're going to walk him. They're going to walk Tommy Davis with first base open and go after Morgan in a lefty-lefty matchup. Nobody out, top of the 11th. Colborn is ready in the Cubs bullpen. That doesn't make Leo feel any better, but he is ready. Morgan is 1 for 5. Cub infield at double play depth. The pitch from a Gary to Joe Morgan is ball 4. He just walked the bases loaded, and here comes Leo out of the dugout shaking his head and his fist. So it's going to be Colborn. Taking over for a Gary. He is a right-hander. Taking over for Colborn in the Cubs bullpen is right-hander Roberto Rodriguez. All right, so bases loaded, infield in. Jesus Alou, who's working on an 0 for 5 day, is at the plate. On deck is the one man in the whole lineup I didn't want to come up with the game on the line, and that's Jimmy Wynn. Infield in. Colborn, 3-1 with 4 saves on the 70 season. The delivery to Alou. Oh, we don't know what kind of stuff he's got. He's got A stuff, so that's the good news. All right, so Alou swings, and it's a line drive at Santo. No, wait a minute. We got it on the original roll. It's a line drive to Hickman at first. No, wait a minute. No, we're going to take the line drive to Santo here. Third base with a strong arm starts a triple play. He does not have a strong arm. So, it's a line out to third to Santo. There's one out in the 11th. But they're not out of the woods because Jimmy Wynn is coming to the plate and he's bringing his .394 on base percentage with him, and there's no place to put him. Infield remains in for the Cubs. Top of the 11th, 4-4 game. Colborn the stretch and the delivery to Wynn. Could be a strikeout. Not a strikeout. Comebacker to Colborn. He knocks it down. He picks it up. Marty Martinez heading for home plate. What is his speed? And Martinez slides in safely as Colborn has to make the play to Hickman at first base. Jim Wynn drives in the go-ahead run. Marty Martinez scores the go-ahead run after his fourth hit of the day, and the other runners move up. Tommy Davis to third, Joe Morgan to second. It's 5-4 Astros with 2 outs now in the 11th inning. Keith Lampard comes to the plate with Dennis Menke on deck. They could have gotten out of it if they could have turned 2. Alas, they could not turn 2. It's 5-4 Astros. Colborn the stretch. The delivery to Lampard, who they are not walking. And it's a base hit for Lampard. Do you believe this? Keith Lampard gets a hit. That will score Morgan at 6-4. Oh, yeah, it scores Davis at 6-4. Morgan is around third. Callison is going to try and gun him down at the plate. Callison's throw to Hundley. 1-3, they got him. Morgan is safe. It's a 2-run single for Keith Lampard, his first since T-ball. And it's 7-4 Astros in the 11th. Menke coming up. Leo DeRocher has just taken out a row of light bulbs in the... Oh, no, there isn't a runway to the clubhouse in 1970. They had to walk out to left field. So never mind. Leo DeRocher just started doing damage to the water cooler in the Cubs dugout. Menke is up. Lampard is at first. 3 runs are in for Houston at 7-4. Colborn the stretch, the delivery to him, to Menke, is grounded to Kessinger. He's going to go the short way to Beckert, and that will retire the Astros in the 11th. But oh my, a 3-run inning on 2 hits. They leave 1, and after 10.5 innings, your score: Astros 7, Cubs 4. We're going to have a new Astros pitcher try and close out this game. And it's going to be Ron Cook. .41 games, 7 starts, 4-4 record with 2 saves. He is a left-hander. It'll be Randy Hundley's first at bat. Ken Rudolph is coming in from the bullpen to potentially pinch hit. Leo's really hoping it doesn't come to that, but they don't have a lot of other good options here. Yeah, they really don't. they're going to go to Rudolph to bat. He will be in the on-deck circle. To bat for Jim Colborn. And then it'll be Kessinger. So Hundley, Rudolph, and Colborn coming up in the bottom of the 11th for the Cubs. Hundley will lead off. Cook is a lefty. Let's see what kind of stuff he's got. He has C stuff. And he'll face Hundley first. The pitch from Cook to Hundley. Randy swings and hits it in the air to center. Jimmy Wynn doesn't have to move a step. One gone. Now it'll be Rudolph. Rudolph batting for Colborn. The last position player available to Leo today is Ken Rudolph. On deck is Kessinger. Cook winds and delivers. A fly ball to center. Jimmy Wynn. 2 down. Last chance saloon will be Don Kessinger. Cubs about to become 8-4. The pitch from Cook to Kessinger. Comebacker, gloved by Cook. He takes a couple steps toward Watson and tosses him the ball. That will end the ball game. Let's give you the totals for the victorious and visiting Houston Astros. 7 runs, 13 hits, and they committed 1 error. For the Cubs, 4 runs, 10 hits, and they committed no errors. The winning pitcher will be Jack DeLauro. The save goes to Ron Cook. The loss goes to Jim Colborn. He is 0-1 on the young season. The Cubs drop to 8-4. Thanks for being with me. Couple of tough losses for the Cubs. They got to bounce back. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for a lot more of the 1970 Cubs replay with Fall Classic Baseball. Thanks for being here. Have a great day. So long, everybody.